Hello and welcome to my new series where we are celebrating produce of the autumn months. To kick things off, I've got this lovely roasted salad made with October veg. It's completely vegan and so delicious. It's one of my absolute favorites and it's so easy to make. It was an absolute go-to for me at uni because you can batch make it as well. So I used to prep everything at the weekend and then I had lunches ready to go all week. It's pretty much just chopping and roasting, so I'm starting off with half a butternut squash, leaving the skin on, just de-seeding, and feel free to roast the seeds as well for a little bit of extra crunch. And I'm cutting the butternut squash into quite big slices so it can kind of be the main event of our salad, the big star if you will. Then I'm using red onions as well, so just going to peel those and then chop them into bite-sized pieces, so usually kind of a quarter-ish. And then the same thing goes for our aubergine. Also using 1 can of chickpeas, so I'm going to drain those so I can roast them and let them go all nice and crispy. Make sure to check out my latest video as well to see how you can make a whiskey sour with the leftover chickpea water. Now, ready for the roasting, so I'm going to need quite a few trays for this, but starting off with the chickpeas, I'm seasoning them with a bit of cinnamon, olive oil and salt. Then for the aubergines, I'm covering those with lots of salt, a bit of EVOO and a touch of cumin. Make sure they're nicely covered and then lay them out flat onto the baking tray. Then I'm going to squeeze the red onions onto this baking tray as well, and they're getting treated to some olive oil, a pinch of salt, a bit of cumin and a bit of chili flakes. Then you know the drill, coat them evenly and lay them out flat on the baking sheet. Next up, we've got our sexy butternut squash, which is going to get treated to a little massage. So we start off by preparing a little flavoured oil with some EVOO, some el-hanout, some cumin seeds and a pinch of salt. After mixing up that spicy olive oil, I'm going to rub it in each slice of butternut squash. And then finally, I've got a bunch of red grapes, quite literally, which I am going to roast. And if you haven't tried roasted grapes before, your mind is about to be blown away. I'm just tossing them in some olive oil and salt, and oh my goodness, look how shiny and beautiful these are. Honestly, look at them. And that's it, all my roasting trays are ready to go in the oven. I would say if you fancy a little something extra in there and you like Brussels sprouts, you can halve them and roast those as well with a bit of maple syrup, and they go really nicely in here too. Then they do take a fair bit of time in the oven, about 45 minutes for the chickpeas and the butternut squash, and the rest takes about an hour. So feel free to just relax, just make sure to give the chickpeas a little shake about from time to time to make sure they don't stick. Finally, for my dressing, which is super easy to make but really creamy and delicious. In a bowl, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of tahini, 1 tablespoon of maple syrup and the juice of 1 large lemon. Oh, look at that lemon go, so juicy. Anyway, I'm stirring that up and then whisking it until it turns white and goes all smooth and creamy and amazing. I'm adding a tablespoon of water as well to loosen it up, but if it congeals like tahini likes to do sometimes, just add more water bit by bit until it loosens up. Then once it's a nice creamy consistency, just season it with a bit of sea salt and a pinch of cumin. And that's it. Avengers assemble. We're ready to plate up. So I'm just putting a couple of tablespoons of my dressing at the bottom of the plate and then layering all my roasted bits on top, finishing off with the crispy chickpeas and adding a little drizzle of the grape roasting syrup juices, delicious good bits. And that's it, yum. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know if you make it in the comments below, and please make sure to like and subscribe for more videos every week.